Hello, welcome back to Feng Shui Exposé. Today we are still at the topic of leaning star. Okay, 玄空六法, leaning star. We have run through how the whole leaning star plate is being created or populated. And one thing I need to highlight before we move further is that the difference between the leaning stars icing or uh, icing or icing, how it differs with Xuan Kong flying stars, flying star or facing is that one is static, one is dynamic. Okay, Xuan Kong flying stars one, you every time the period changes, it's going to be there and fly. Okay, and then all the eight direction stars will be different. But Liu Fa's leaning star plate, which is what we are seeing right now on the 24 mountain, is static. It wouldn't change. Okay, you will always be using the same plate. Okay, it doesn't change. The only thing that changes is the golden dragon. Okay, the golden dragon will deduce which group of stars will be prosperous and which group of stars will going to decline. Okay, basically direct indirect lah. Okay, with that cleared, now let's look at how do we actually utilize or use this whole whatever that we've learned for the past episodes. Okay, from 2 cycles, 8 periods to golden dragon to all the leaning stars we have populated. Okay, so um, one thing that is quite confusing about uh, Liu Fa is the golden dragon. Okay, if you are familiar with Da, it's basically for Da is the same. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4 is upper cycle is one group. Okay, period 1 to 4 is direct spirit. Okay, period lower cycle period 6 to 9 is indirect spirit and vice versa. Right. In Liu Fa, there's a bit of there's something that's quite confusing is the reconciliation between Golden Dragon and also the 2 cycle 8 period. Okay, it's using the same 2 period 8 cycle, but the problem is the grouping or how the Golden Dragons formulate. Okay, we can deduce that we can group period 1, 3, 6, and 8 in Liu Fa as one group, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4 based on 2 cycle 8 period as one group. Reason is because how the golden dragon actually fly forward for odd number periods and fly reverse for even number periods. Okay, and like how I've already depicted here, I already populated here, right? Like for example, period 1, 3, 6, and 8, right? Period 1, the direct spirit would be at north, sorry, south, Li Gua. Okay, Li Gua is actually later heaven 9. Okay, before we talk further on that, right? Let's take a look at some recollection of the fundamentals. Okay, this is something that when I was picking this up, I always got confused over here. Right. So from the beginning, I have already emphasized that Liu Fa has always has early heaven as emphasis, but early heaven of the basis. Okay, so early heaven as the basis means that if you look at the early heaven 八卦, right, 乾兑离真巽坎艮坤, right, then you will realize the grouping is actually all the male gua in one group. Okay, basically 乾真坎艮is one group. Okay, all the female gua, which includes kun xun li dui is one group. Okay, this is the grouping. Okay, how the grouping of the gua is based on the early heaven. Okay, early heaven 八卦. But if when we talk about the 2 cycle 8 period, also we talk about something called early heaven gua, later heaven period, right? Or later heaven numbering, right? So what we are going to do is that we use the early heaven gua, but we are using the luo shu number. Okay, so when you combine everything, right? So you have qian as 6 instead of 9 already. Okay, but the grouping we still follow early heaven. The numbering we use the later heaven one. For example, right, if you see Chen is 9 ma. Okay, 9 ma. So 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9 is Law Shu. Okay, is actually Chen, Zhen, Kan, Gen, Gua is really heaven. So this is how the grouping is being grouped. Okay, I hope I'm able to explain this and you're able to understand. This is a bit confusing. It's not easy to it's not easy to it's not easy to explain, and it's definitely very confusing to digest. Okay, but bottom line, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, one group, 1, 2, 3, 4, one group, and we're using the letter Harvard Bagua for that grouping. Okay, when it comes to application.